Hey guys, I'm Jasper, and I'm going to guide you around Indwe Park. This massive 10-acre garden in the middle of downtown Johannesburg is one of the most beautiful places and interesting places this city has to offer. It's a park devoted to wellness with many different indigenous plants and incredible pieces of artwork, and I'm going to show you around all of it. To start off, I'm going to talk about wellness, the purpose of the park, and how that connects to the plants here at the park. The plants here were curated and chosen by an excellent team with a vast knowledge of plants. The plants were planted to look natural, and some of them, especially the grasses, are indigenous to the area. A few of these plants even have medicinal properties. Even just being in and around nature, walking in the park, is promoting wellness. It's also allowed for you to take off your shoes and walk on the grassy areas to feel the grass beneath your feet, which is not something that you can typically do in the city. There's also this same feature except with stoned pathways to help you improve your balance and improve the muscles within your feet, as well as getting a nice foot massage. Another big focus at Indwe Park is the artwork, which is numbered 1 through 7. The first piece of art that you see is this beautiful mosaic on top of the building, which is right when you walk in. This is what you see. This is far better than having plain brown walls and brings a sense of life to the start of the park and shows you what the inner park will be like. The second art piece that we see is this massive circular mosaic with tiny little details throughout it. There's so much on this. Every time that you see this mosaic, you'll see something new. It's truly fascinating. There's a cool mushroom on the mosaic, which is probably my favorite detail. Another cool thing is that the mosaic also acts as a compass and has arrows pointing to different locations in Johannesburg that one might want to visit. It shows downtown, as well as Constitution Hill, and a couple others. Piece 3 along the tour is probably the largest piece of art here. Each of these blocks can weigh up to 1.5 tons and is made of solid granite cut from the side of a mountain. These stones are wonderful for children to walk and play along while their parents walk next to them on the grass. Placed like this, from an aerial view, these pieces of stone come together to show what appears to be a giant dinosaur vertebrae. This sculpture was created because in 2018, in the Gauteng area where Johannesburg is located, a dinosaur skeleton was found. The fourth piece in order is this massive metal arch made out of old mining equipment like shovels and wheels from wheelbarrows. And this shows how important mining was, as mining is what made Johannesburg the famous world-renowned city it is today. The reason mining was such a big deal here is because the entire city is built on this area of iron ore where gold can be found. One of these winding paths can lead you to sculpture number 5, the Indwe family, which is a fascinating sculpture about Johannesburg's history. This sculpture shows how Johannesburg's history of mining influenced the makeup and the look of many, especially many black families in Johannesburg. Many men went from the surrounding South Africa area and even from around the continent to come to mine here in Johannesburg to look for jobs. And doing so, they often left their family behind, which is why the grandmother sometimes had to step in, playing a pivotal role as a caretaker for children. As time went on, even the women went to look for work as well. So this made the grandmother's role even more pivotal and important in influencing the family. The reason that the father is standing with a lone child is because many times while traveling in South Africa, it was stereotyped that the man would find another woman and have an illegitimate child and would sometimes return home and bring that child to the family, sometimes not. Due to the changing paternal roles around them, the children are isolated. This is an intentional detail by the sculptor. To show this rich history, one of the fascinating things that was done was that the sculpture changed depending on where you looked. So there it looked like a man and the woman and the kids. But here it looks like the grandmother and the mother and the kids with no dad. And this shows the varying perspectives and histories. The next artwork in this incredible park is the virtual forest. Since there was no room in Indwe Park for a real forest, this virtual forest filled with mirrors to give the illusion of a forest much larger than just a little grove of trees. You can definitely see the illusion of the forest, and when you're really standing here, it's pretty crazy. There was a couple of times where I even scared myself looking in the mirrors. One of the cool things is, though, these aren't actually mirrors. These are steel panels that have been beat and sharpened until they're so clear and give off this incredibly pristine reflection. Because these mirrors are outside, the fact that they're made of steel and not glass is great for their durability. This sculpture is called Who Are You in the Void? As of now, this is the final art in Indwe Park. They may add new ones. And this sculpture is a labyrinth that represents space, with the darker stones representing outer space and the lighter stones representing the swirling, spiraling nebulas in the galaxy. This piece has different holes in it, and when the light hits it exactly right, the sun flashes through and light is displayed through the holes. This sculpture makes you think about, as it says, who are you in the void and the bigger picture. And also when you walk on it, the artist designed it so the stones make a satisfying crunch under your foot. Tucked into one of the corners of Indwe Park is not an artwork, but is another beautiful place called the Chef's Garden. This beautiful outdoor space is used for, as it says, a chef's garden, and is also a lovely place for outdoor sitting and eating and relaxing. The main reason why this place is called the Chef's Garden is actually fascinating. It's because the building next to the garden was used as a brewery, especially the basement was used as a brewery, and this garden outside was the garden that they used to make their beers, and this was the Chef's Garden. And that's why it's kept the name and continued that tradition. The final thing I'm going to show you on this video is one of the most important parts of this park. This is the Oseyeza Mound. From this massive earthen mound, you can see not only the entire park, but the entire city. This mound is described as the heart of the park, with the pass extending outward on either side the ribs. Though it wasn't functional when I went, the water that flows around the mound and down the skeleton of the park is the blood that's pumped from the Oseyeza Mound, which is the heart of the park. This mound, designed by James Delaney, is often used as stands for DJs or bands when there are events held along the lawn. Now make sure you go check out the Indwe Park Facebook page to learn more about this beautiful place. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning about the fascinating plants and incredible artwork here at Indwe Park, and I can't wait to see you here soon.